What's up, peeps? How's it going? We'll get the chat pulled up, give people a chance to jump on. We're doing a giveaway winner announcements. What's up, View with Drew? What do we think about the lights in here? I recently got this RGB LED light, so I've been playing around with using different colors. So I guess I look like I'm in a Nicholas Winding Refn film right now. What's up, Sky Knight? What's up, Cloud? What's up, Jesus Fernandez? Ricochet Rick? So, you guys see me use these all the time, these flight stands. These are Obitsu brand. I find them on Amazon. I think they're the best around. I break them all the time, constantly. And the nice thing about these is they come with a ton of extra like arm pieces, and you can dial in how long you want it to be. But I do, because you can tighten it yourself, tighten it however you want, and I will tend to try to move them around while they're still tightened, and I break them all the time. So I have like a ton of pieces. You know, you break them, it's no big deal, but you have to then, you got to unscrew them to get them apart. Replace the old pieces. Sam, Ray, what up, Dom Life? How's it going, buddy? Just doing surgery on these broken flight stand pieces. I mean, despite the fact that they break all the time, I still swear by them. They're the best around. They're very sturdy. Like, they can support the weight of 7-inch beefy McFarlane figures. The factor is, I mean, the fact of the matter is that I'm the one that breaks them, usually. By putting stress on spots where they're tight. Cloud, day's going pretty well. I'm pretty worn out. I've been going hard this week. Doing a ton of videos. I was over at Galactic Geeks last night. I was thinking about streaming while I was over there, but we were so in the zone working on the City Dio and some new Drop Shadow customs. For those of you, I mean, for people, the channel's getting new viewers all the time. For people who don't know what Drop Shadow is, it's this comic book I made. It's something I chipped away at during quarantine, and then last summer, everybody here helped me crowdfund a print run. It's Drop Shadow. It's a graphic designer superhero, right? Drop Shadow. It's a pun, you know, lots of puns. It's a comedy. So I'm working on another issue of that. And as many of you know, the first issue of the book had this fake toy ad. So we're going to be doing even more toy pages in the next book. So working on new custom characters for that, but then also just rebuilding and expanding and beefing up this City Dio that you see here in this photo, which is a mix of, you know, the NECA Dio, some homemade stuff, foam, styrofoam, stuff made out of straws and toothpicks, and stuff made out of kit bashed figures. Reality Rebel, we're not getting close to issue 2. It's at least a year out. I mean, I don't, like, I'm getting to the point where I'm hoping that it'll be ready next summer. But depending on there's just a lot to do. We're making great progress, and I'm making great progress on the pages, but I do want it to be much bigger. Almost like this next one is going to be like twice as big as the first one. So it'll be done when it's ready. I don't want to rush it. This light's kind of intense though. Hang on. Yo, Pock Photos. Yeah, that was a fun one to do. I'm going to be posting more of those behind the scenes progress videos. I was talking to Galactic Geek about it last night. We were like, because we've been recording videos and stuff as we've been working on this stuff. And we were like, should we post this stuff? Is it too early? But then I was just thinking like, man, it's not too early because I can just repost it down the road when there's something real to promote about it. And man, it's cool. It's coming together. It's pretty awesome. I think I'm gonna turn just regular color on. Oh, so what? Q Silver, Fernando, Lettuce, Jager, Barry. Did I miss anyone? DC Supreme. Hey, what's up, buddy? I haven't done Ocean Master yet. I've still got to review him. Still got to do the Dick Grayson, which I keep meaning. I was gonna do that really soon, but then I just can't. It's been harder to muster up the excitement about that Dick Grayson because it's just a reuse of Carrie Kelly. I did just, since I finally finished the Titans Wave, I pulled the hat off of Arsenal. What's up, Brian? Because I've been working on this 7-inch custom drop shadow. I keep talking about it. It's a comic character here. Working on a Kit Bash 7-inch one. But now I have this is a sculpted, homemade sculpted hat that's not really quite even finished yet, but now I think I'm going to try a different head and try this pre-made hat. Anybody seen Flash Wave in stores? I mean, a couple people obviously have found them. They're starting to show up, and the way I've heard it is that the street date is April 15th. Arsenal without the hat looks like this. Oh yeah, DC Supreme kind of looks like Aiden Pierce. Yeah, well, see, so this is the 7-inch, and all the customs for the City Dio are all 6-inch scale. So the ones that are actually in the book, like in the last issue of the book, are the 6-inch scale. But this one I think is much cooler. Obviously, you get way more detail in it. Oh, okay, all right. So you guys got it. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. So you guys know a while back I did this. It's been a long time now. I did this updated Tech Shield Batman using the 3 Jokers one. So I want to continue down this road of these retro remakes, right? Especially because now that there's a real Keaton figure coming out, I want to make some more of these. I pre-ordered like 3 of the new Keaton figures because I'm gonna do some more of these Kenner style throwback customs. So the next one I want to do is this Sky Escape, which I think is a pretty classic variant. What's up, CJ Yo-Yo? So that's the next Kenner throwback that I want to make. This will be easy enough, you know, just tape off parts of the already black figure and then spray these patches of white real quick, white spray paint. Boom, mostly done. But then here's where it gets silly. This Batman, Air Attack Batman is what he's called. He had this big strap-on wings thing. It turned him into his own little personal Batwing, basically. It's pretty fun. You know, these guns come down. The wings move. It's pretty silly, and the way it goes on him here is... is like that, right? So my thought kind of was, here, let me use a different one. So pretend this is the Keaton 89 figure. So I do the white paint on it, right? What about this extra crazy contraption? And I'm thinking, what if I took got an extra one of these superpowers bat wings and like carved a big space of it out, you know, like with a Dremel, and then made it this wearable, like ridiculous like jetpack with the white and black like pattern on it. How funny would that be? I think that would be so freaking funny. I mean, it'd be tough to do, figure out how to cut this the exact right place. Because, you know, if you had it where his head was popping up into the cockpit, kind of, then the wings sit up really high on it. It'd be kind of weird. I mean, ideally, he kind of goes up under here. And, like, his torso kind of is where the cockpit is. I don't know. I don't know yet exactly how to do it, but I think it'd be really funny. Because on the shelf, all these customs are going to be next to the figure that inspired him, so you'll understand what the gag is, you know, if you look at it next to the original. I don't know. It might be more trouble than it's worth. I found a good deal on I found an eBay lot all from the same seller. I got some pretty good deals on some old Kenner figures here. Pretty good shape. I got them for like 15 bucks each. It's a pretty good deal. I have been putting a little bit of effort into the shelves. What I'm going to have here are these top two are going to be entirely Rogues Gallery. Then this one below is going to be Customs. What's up, Tom? What's up, Monday? All right, hang on a second here. I'll be right back. I'm going to throw some of these broken flight stand pieces away. Obviously, the main event here today, we're going to be giving away two of these entire Dark Knight Trilogy waves here. We'll be picking some winners here soon, but what I want to do first along the way is read some good comments from the video. I'll tell you, those of you who, you watched the video announcing the giveaway, and the prompt was that I wanted you to leave a comment telling me what was your favorite Batman movie and why. And part of the reason I was kind of wanting to do that is, man, I just like recently, I was in this DC Multiverse group on Facebook, and I just like, it was one too many times like I logged in and somebody wrote a huge giant like rambling post about Snyder, you know, Snyder versus this, whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, man. I'm just sick of the same, people saying the same things over and over again. And my thought was kind of just like, I don't know, prompt you guys, free you up to say, you know, your own personal reason. Tell me what you like that is entirely just your own point of view. You know, we go to these corners of the internet where people are talking about the, you know, the stuff that we like, and a lot of times, you know, you go to this page, they're saying the same thing. You go to this page, they're saying the same thing. You go to this page, they're saying the same thing. And I don't, who cares? Who cares? They're talking about this is better than that, or this is good and this is bad, and that's just not even, that just doesn't interest me. That's not an interesting conversation. Saying such and such is the best and everything else sucks. That's not the beginning of a conversation. That's the end of one. You know, so I just wanted people to kind of have a place and have a little jumping off point, kind of be able to say something fresh, you know. Pock photos, yeah, you know that. Yeah, you know what group I'm talking about. I bounced. I'm like, this is it. I'm done. It was just too many of the same. It's too much of the same stuff. So that was my thought. I'm going to, Scott and I, post the link to your Discord group. We'll read some of the comments. We will, we'll arrive at the giveaways of the whole Dark Knight Trilogy wave. We'll get there. But I want to do some other giveaways first, including some brand new stuff. I'd finished all of the Titans reviews, so I'm not going to give away this Arsenal since I stole the hat off of it. I won't be giving this guy away because I ruined him. But some of these other figures, I think they could stand to have a new home. And Scott Knight's posting his Discord here. It's a good little group. Talk about toys of all kinds. Moderated by Scott Knight, who also moderates this channel. Scott Knight has been carrying water for this channel for like literally as long as I can remember. Probably the very first live stream, I would imagine Scott Knight was there. I haven't gone back to check, but it's greatly appreciated, and that's why I want to give Scott Knight this brand new Nightwing. Nightwing, Scott Knight's favorite character. We got a brand new one here. If you want this Arsenal too, I'll give it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll throw them in the box. So let's yeah, everybody leave a comment for Scott Knight. We appreciate the hard work. Appreciate you making Excel spreadsheets of the Rogues Gallery. All right, so let's so I need to pull up that other video and so we can go through comments. I gotta get hydrated. I gotta get gamer fueled up. And then, so just so everybody knows, all of the giveaways will be coming with the signed hockey puck stand. I'll sign this, and I'll be sending you an issue of my comic book that we crowdfunded last summer. I'll be sending you one that has all the trading card stickers, all the stretch goals that we hit. So, first one, Nightwing, Scott Knight. I'll give you this busted ass Arsenal too. All right, there's number one. Let's pull up these comments. Let's see, I went through and chose some. It was very interesting, and I'm glad that I opened it up to include animation because so many people had interesting animated choices. A lot of Dark Knight Returns animated, two-parter. Surprising amount of Matt Reeves, the Batman, on here. Some good comments. So let's see here. Trying to find ones that are from people that I know are in the chat right now. If I was real smart, I would have done more prep. Oh, here's a good one. Longtime friend of the channel, Xterra Cannondale, someone else, another one that's been around for a very long time, says, I remember seeing Batman Returns in theaters, and it was amazing. That movie really cemented my love of the character. Relationship between Batman and Catwoman is great. Catwoman is sexy as hell. Plus the toys, they sealed the deal. I still have my Kenner Batmobiles and the awesome Bat ski boat. Runner up is the Diet Coke ad from the beginning of the home release of Batman '89. Yeah, I'm completely on board with everything Xterra Cannondale mentioned here, especially the Bat ski boat. Maybe the most underrated Batman vehicle. That was such a great toy. If you remember the Bat ski boat, what I loved about it is any vehicle or anything where you could kind of take off pieces. For one, you get to play like battle damage. So the big fin things on the side, you could pop those off. So one, you can have it get destroyed, and Batman crashes or whatever it is. But then also, if you popped those off, it was this more sleek, streamlined thing, and you could kind of use it. I would use it as a spaceship a lot. I use it for a ton of things. Bat ski boat I had. It got used almost as often as like the Ghostbusters firehouse, which ended up being used for everybody. Always had a reason to use that Bat ski boat. I actually regret the one thing I didn't have, the Batman thing I didn't have that I wanted the most was the Bat missile. But I just couldn't justify it because I had the Toy Biz Batmobile. And I was pretty smart about not getting the same thing twice. When you buy toys, you save in your allowance and you're making your choices what you want to get. I would favor things that I didn't already have, and I already had a Batmobile. The Bat missile was so cool, though. I think there was a Happy Meal toy that did that. Was that one? Plus, I just love the mention of the Diet Coke ad from the beginning of the VHS of Batman '89. I loved that. I loved the Looney Tunes catalog. That was a really good one. It was a big, long, animated. It was Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck promoting the Warner Brothers, not Looney Tunes, the Warner Brothers catalog that had a bunch of Batman stuff. You can still see, you can find that catalog shows up on eBay from time to time, very expensive. What's up, Collected Disconnect? So that was from Xterra Cannondale, who is not going to be taking home an entire Dark Knight trilogy, but is going to be taking home Donna Troy. Thanks, Xterra. Hit me up with your hit me up on Instagram, or there's an email address on my channel homepage. Get in touch with me. I will send you Donna Troy, brand new. Oh, I should probably be making notes of who's getting these, right? So that I don't have to watch this whole thing back, because I'll definitely forget. Let's see here, make a note of this. Scott Knight, send me your address too. Donna Troy is going to Xterra. Great. Great comment. Let's see, I know I've gone through, I'm looking for one that I liked in particular. Here we go. Here is another one from another great friend of the channel, Victor Cantu. The comment here says, Lego Batman. I think more than any other movie, it really understands Batman as a character. Plus, it's just a fun homage to the 75 plus years of Batman's very odd history. Also, he actually has a really good character arc. This is a great comment because it kind of highlights, and other people touched on the same idea. I saw other comments that said, like, when I watch a Batman movie, I think of the villains, that they kind of stand out the most. But Lego Batman really is the main character of his own movie, finally, in that one. And they do something that is kind of rare in Batman stories, which is they actually let the character advance, make some progress, learn something. It's a great choice. Lego Batman, it is very silly, but I think it's pretty good, man. It's way better than it had any, right to be. It's very intelligent. Yeah, far more intelligent than you would expect from a Lego Batman animated movie. That was from Victor Cantu. Who's going to be taken home? Raven. I almost said Magic. Raven. Thanks, Victor, for the comment. Great choice, Lego Batman. Raven. So let's see here. Going through here, we're making some decisions. Some last minute choices are being made here. And I mean, just to make it clear, I'm making these decisions not based on your choices for movie, but just the thought you put into the reasons, or my personal connection to your reasons. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna do the first winner of Dark Knight Trilogy. The whole wave, the entire Build-A-Fig wave. You're getting 5 figures here. And I'm not gonna read the whole comment because it is very long. But the winner is the Wu-Tang Batman. Very good friend of the channel here. Their choice is Tim Burton's Batman '89. And Wu-Tang Batman goes through a lot of stories here. Just his whole entire connection to Batman and the journey of getting into the comics, watching reruns of the '66 show, going to see the movie in theaters over and over again, and ended up seeing the movie 8 times in theaters. Love all the details of the story, because it, and you can go back on and you can read it yourself. It's a lot. It's a long story. But it really, just takes you back. If some people watching the channel, they weren't around during the Tim Burton Keaton ones, and things were different back then. You didn't have smartphones. You had to get the movie times from the ads in the paper. The world was different. And one of the things that Wu-Tang Batman, one of the things I really connected with was mentioned in the '66 show. Because, like, for me, I would have been... playing with these Toy Biz DC Superpowers figures, which these came out after, DC Superheroes. And these came out after Superpowers. They were kind of similar, but they also had some new stuff to tie in with the, Tim Burton Batman. But so I would be playing with these figures that, of course, this is meant to be Michael Keaton Batman. Of course, this isn't Jack Nicholson, but Joker was in the movie. But then you get all these other characters. Robin's in there. You got Riddler, Penguin. Well, of course, Keaton, Tim Burton, Batman '89 movie, that was all the rage. But if you're just a kid, you're just hungry for anything Batman, you'd be watching the reruns of the '66 show, and I would be playing with my quote unquote Keaton, Tim Burton Batman, but playing out scenarios with characters that I'd be seeing on the '66 show. And that was all, before the animated series even came around to kind of rewrite and contextualize those characters into something a little more serious. But that was the world for me. So Wu-Tang Batman, congrats. Great answer there. Contact me about, and give me your address. We'll get you some figs. I've had that other thing open. I haven't been catching up with the comments here. Sorry, folks. Yeah, Farmer Whiting. I definitely called this magic. I'm a dumbass. All right. That was winner number 1. Let's kill a little bit of time. I'm gonna choose some comments here that aren't gonna be winning anything, but are still good comments. So let's go through here. So here's a comment from Mike Shallow Son. Mike's choice is Batman Begins. He says, to keep it short, Bale is my favorite iteration of Batman for many reasons, but honestly, I think what puts him over the top is that he utilizes that beastly cape like Batman should. He glides like no other Batman has in a movie. As for why I picked Begins out of the three, is simply because it's an amazing telling of his origin. I really like the specificity here of his detail, like the one little detail that throws it over the edge for Mike is the cape, and it's totally true. The way in Batman Begins when he like, triggers that cape to go like rigid, and the like the violence of the wind, it's badass. It's badass. And that moment, yeah, when he's about to go, everyone's all gassed up, and he's about to jump out there and says whatever he says to Rachel, so that she knows it's him, and then he goes, whew. Yeah, it's badass. So that's a good choice. Fun choice there. Let's see, we got anything else here interesting? Let's see here. I'm scrolling. I do love all the choices for Mask of the Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm is one of those like underdog choices for like, it's low key like secretly the best Batman movie ever, and it really is fantastic. Great story, great Bruce Wayne story. What do we got here? Hang on. Man, I keep losing where I'm at. This is probably making for great streaming content, just me watching me reading comments silently. Thanks for playing along. Here we go. Okay, here's another one. Not a big winner, but a great comment. It's from our friend Jager101, who says it's another Batman 89. Mentions multiple things about the animated series and the 89 movie, but mention here of Jack Nicholson, which have the best balance of being funny and terrifying. I just appreciate when people mentioning that this stuff's funny. We got it in our heads that the newer ones, that the Christopher Nolan movies, that we liked them because they're super serious, and they are serious, and Tim Burton ones are serious. They're dark and brooding and serious, but they're super funny, and they're very broad. They have the broad comedic sensibilities, and you watch Batman Begins, or you watch even Dark Knight, and you have like Batman Begins has that cheesy cop during the tumbler chase. It's like, oh whoa, he's hamming it up, and then even in the Dark Knight, you have that Nicky Cat character sitting next to Gordon who's driving. He's like, "Oh, that's not good," and it's cringy and it's kind of cheese dick, but you would miss that if it wasn't there. Movies and shit need stuff like that to like tell you how to feel as a viewer. Like, not, I mean, it is a little like you kind of hold people's hands a little bit, and you gotta tell them, especially during action scenes, where stuff is just, happening visually, but you need to be telling people how to feel. And a lot of times it's, it's lightness, it's comedy, and these are the kind of touches that are called Spielbergian. You know what I mean? That cheesy, cringy cop that's like, oh, well, it's a black tank, or whatever it is. Like, you kind of need those moments of lightness, and you punctuate the big intense action stuff, and you breathe a second, and you come back into it. But even Christopher Nolan, who has a reputation for being very serious and humorless, he's not totally. He's got some, he plays up the broad moments. He lets things be humorous. And where do we go? I just passed it again. Yep. Here we go. We're giving away the second one. Number 2, set of 4 figures and a Build-A-Fig, 5 figures in total. And this is another long time friend of the channel. Hang on, I'm just writing this down. Who's been around, like, truly I can't remember a time before they were around. And it's our great friend Q Silver 7850. Q Silver's comment, they chose The Dark Knight. It says, Heath Ledger blew me away after not being excited about the Knight's Tale guy being cast. I followed it really closely with all the posters and behind the scenes things, and I think even watching the first 15 minutes prior to release, ? Was that a thing? ? It was before the MCU really oversaturated everything, so it felt fresh. Plus, this is while I was in college. I think I saw it 3 or 4 times, once in IMAX. Just a really fun experience in a way that I haven't been captivated before or since. Q Silver, great comment here, and what I loved about it is just the connection of your experience going and seeing it, and where you're talking about that lead up to The Dark Knight. Because a lot of people, we forget now, we take it for granted now, but The Dark Knight, for one, was not just a sure thing that was going to happen. We look back and it's like, oh yes, of course, The Dark Knight, that was it. Christopher Nolan, he was eaten. Batman Begins did okay. But it wasn't until I think like it had a good run in home video after the fact. Do I have these on? Haven't even had those on the whole time. I think it was the home video sales that really did it, and cemented it as a quote unquote success enough to do a sequel. And then Heath Ledger was cast, and like everything, like every time, every time the comic nerds lose their shit about some piece of like casting decision or whatever, people did not like the choice of Heath Ledger. Nobody was buying it. They thought Christopher Nolan was going to be shit in the bed. Very unhappy. Of course, now we know that was an excellent decision. But at the time, the lead up, and then I mean, Dark Knight just had one of the all-time best like marketing campaigns. There's no doubt about it. They had, I think, what did they have? Kind of an ARG little game online, maybe going unlocking photos or something like that, getting glimpses of Heath Ledger and Two-Face and stuff before the movie came out. Yeah, and of course this was before the MCU. This would have been what? Was it the same year as Iron Man 1? And I'll tell you my experience the first time I saw Dark Knight was and I'm not exaggerating. I could barely focus on the freaking movie because that Watchmen trailer had just dropped, and that first Watchmen trailer, that was really mind-blowing. Really mind-blowing. And I like that was where my head was at the whole time. I was like, they're really making Watchmen for real. There's a freaking owl ship and shit, and that was straight up, what the fuck? So I really had a hard time enjoying it, and it was surprisingly, at the time, it was surprisingly long, and I did not at the time agree with the decision to shoehorn Two-Face into it and play out the entire story of Two-Face in The Dark Knight. And now, of course, with, you know, having had time to think about it, obviously it's the best, yeah, it was the correct decision, because Harvey's kind of, yeah, one of the main protagonists of the movie. It's kind of more his story than it is Joker's in many ways, because he's an actual character. Harvey's an actual character, and Joker's not really a character. He doesn't change. So, yes, there we go. Great answers. I hope you guys enjoyed this little prompt. I think we should do more stuff like this. Free people up to, you know, just tell me your own personal preferences, or, you know, tell me your stories about it. Your experience, you know, the experience connected to seeing the movie. Sometimes that's as much a part of it, as much a part of the memory, you know. And that's the kind of stuff that is just, I think, is fun to talk about. It's more interesting than just getting on the same message board over and over again and seeing the same people say the same two opinions, you know, over and over again. I would like, you know, to use this space, this, you know, we have on our channel to I guess give our minority reports, you know what I mean? Like, share the opinions that aren't dominating the conversation, you know. You be free to enjoy whatever it is you enjoy, yeah, about the characters, like the, there's a time and a place for gatekeeping sometimes, but generally I think, you know, people should be allowed to enjoy whatever it is they enjoy about property, you know, whatever it is, you know. You're not a fake fan if you like campy, you know, Batman and Robin. Q Silver, I do want to do more movie reviews. I do want to do more, we could talk about comic storylines and stuff. It's just kind of a matter of, like, making those videos is more labor intensive. Like, I kind of have to write, like, compose my thoughts and kind of write them more, which is just, like, a little bit more work than I want to do. And I don't know, I kind of maybe think lives like this are maybe the better place to do it, because then we can just kind of talk in the moment, and then I like jumping off of the stuff that you guys contribute to, you know, because you guys will, like, I could spend days writing some movie review, but then it'll be like a comment from one of you guys that's like, oh, that really opens up the, like, oh, now these dots are connected in my brain, and it makes me want to talk about. So I don't know. Yeah, I like having I like doing these lives, you know, and being able to respond to you guys in the moment more than I do, like, I just don't want to go scrape footage of movies and lay those over, you know, top of the stuff. Because the stuff about the toy reviews is I record those. I sit here in front of this table for half an hour or so. And then I basically watch it back through one time and cut out ums and uhs and throat clearing and dead air. And that's pretty much what I do. And if it was any more than that, it would become too much work and I wouldn't want to do it. So I don't know. Maybe it could be more, you know what? This is what I think I'd like to consider doing. And this is not really, I'm changing topic a little bit. You, Mark, you want me to keep in the throat clearing? No. I've fallen out of the habit of doing like Rogues Gallery. And I wanted to get in the habit of doing like showing photos and customs and stuff from the community during the videos, and like keeping up with doing that is just like one more labor barrier between just doing the damn video. But I think it might be more fun to do like once every couple weeks, just kind of like a little wrap up, like, hey, here's what's going on in the community kind of video. Like, oh, these went up for, I mean, like, I don't want to necessarily do, oh, breaking toy news. But we can just be like, oh yeah, you know what, those new Flash figures are out. They look pretty cool. Batwing's expensive. I don't know. Did you pre-order yours? This stuff's shipping now from these places. Oh, here's some dope photos. Here's something from Pock Photos and Plastic Rick Grimes. Here's some sweet photos they did. Oh, here's a sweet custom from Ink Drop Customs. This looks awesome. You know, that could be worth. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Oh, I just saw John Wick 4 and it was kick ass. You know, maybe a little once every couple weeks, a video like that. That could be fun to do. And then especially when we get because I'm spending a lot of my free time lately working on the comic. So when there aren't new reviews and stuff, I'm not doing, you know, custom videos or whatever it was that I would do in between like I was before. So it might be cool to do those videos to keep things alive. So yeah, maybe that's the solution. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I can explore, and I can be like, oh yeah, and I read this comic. Let's talk, and maybe another thing I would like to do is, you know, if we want to do the review conversations, comic movie reviews, do those like during these streams and stuff. I could put a little bit more effort into planning the content of the lives beforehand, and scheduling them. And telling you guys in advance when they're gonna happen. You know, that normal kind of stuff that like successful channels do. That could be worth doing. Because I have the inclination, and I know people say they would like to watch them if I did art streams, but in a lot of ways that they're not really on my end. Kind of wouldn't be worth the extra effort and setup to just watch me. It's not making for very compelling stuff. I wouldn't be able to like talk to you on the comments and stuff. So what I'd rather really do is the occasional sort of like, it can be an art stream, but instead of just watching me do sketches or do inks or whatever, I would rather be just a little more focused, educational. Like I did one a while back, and I was like, this is how I kind of, these are the steps that I go through to turn a blank page into a finished one. Something more like that, where it's a little more focused, a little more driven. Because I do feel, yeah, I must admit, I do feel a little like self-conscious when I'm up here and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't read. I didn't prep any of these comments. I should have pulled some to the side. I'm just sitting here reading silently. Well, if I'm just sitting here like doodling and I'm not talking because I can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. It's boring. It's boring content. I wouldn't want to watch it. I'm trying to do stuff that I think theoretically I would enjoy watching. Create a channel that I would like to watch. That's the thought. And maintain that balance of like, is it worth the effort? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Here's what I still got left. Still got to review this guy, Ocean Master. I've been saving it because I'm looking forward to it so much. I've been savoring it. Have that little to look forward to. Dick Grayson, been dreading it, frankly, just because I know this is a Carrie Kelly body. I know I'm not gonna be like, it's gonna be kind of fun, but I've seen it all before. It's got some fun things. Oh, here's a little advanced preview notification. McFarlane sent me this Dick Grayson Robin, and I pre-ordered one. So when I get the one that I pre-ordered, when those start shipping, I'll do a giveaway of one of these. But I would really like to be able to give it to somebody who missed out on the pre-orders of the first one. So advance notice, be on the honor system when I do this giveaway. And if you already got one, don't enter. Oh. And yeah, this Wonder Woman, this will be a short, quick video. They fixed her legs. We still need a comic one. That's my review. They fixed her legs, but I'd rather have a comic one. This is the one I'm really looking forward to. Ooh. Okay. Set these aside. Now I gotta prep all this stuff for shipping. Yeah, make sure to hit me up on Instagram or email me if you won something. Oh, so I was over at Galactic Geeks last night. We were working on the City Dio. He got the Spin Masters Batwing. It's pretty damn cool. And it's pretty big. Braden, thanks for watching. Peace out, buddy. Yeah, the Spin Masters one, pretty cool. Yeah, that McFarlane one's gonna be huge though, goddamn. It's gonna go on this wall. I'm gonna wall mount that Batwing. That's gonna be a beast, real beast. Next time I'm over at Galactic Geeks, we'll do a stream or something. Because you got to see kind of the scale of that Batmobile or that Batwing. Even the Spin Masters one in that little city that we've got built, it's huge. It's freaking huge. Oh, I got to put together. It's been forever since I've done any of my like spinny short videos, posing shorts. And I can't remember whose comment it was, but the suggestion was this grouping. Doing a little Justice League of this group here. These kind of like more mature, edgy Justice League. I think I'll do a posing video with this group. That'd be fun to do. Q Silver, good question. Are we going to get a Todd designed Superman? We need one. Hectic, I haven't done a room tour yet because I haven't, still haven't really totally settled in. And now I'm in a place, I've got, I've been at I started a new job back in the end of October. But between sort of getting my legs under me at the new job and needing to put in a work order to shuffle some furniture around in my office, I haven't totally got my office set up yet. So now I've got the correct furniture in there that I can start really bringing in a bunch of toys and stuff and setting up. So I've got, of this past week, I've been putting stuff in boxes to take to work. I've started shuffling some stuff around. Hang on, let me show you something. In case you missed that little short I did, I just, this is going to go to my office at work. I just framed this poster. This will go to my office at work. That glare is really bad, but. Sick poster. That's going to go to work. I got a box of toys that are going to go to work. It's going to be a good place to take some big stuff. Like actually this Bratz car with Beast Boy now, that'll probably go live in my office at work just because I've got some space for bigger stuff. I can get that the hell out of my way. And so it's going to be Rogues, Customs. Here. I'll show you a little bit. So these top two rows will be Rogues Gallery. Cycled some of these around a little bit on that one. These are going to be Customs. And the bottom two rows here are Batman. Just stacked shoulder to shoulder like I always complain about, like I always talk shit about. Well, yeah, I've got it now on the bottom there. And so this shelf is I'm gonna move the Spawn stuff down and have these top rows open for some new fresh poses, maybe some new characters. then eventually I'll do a new room tour. Yeah. Q Silver, good question. What is the deal with the platinum? I would like to find that gray Catwoman myself. Monday, we had Wu-Tang Batman and Q Silver won the Dark Knight trilogies. I'll put this poster back. Don't get the DC. Dom Life says don't get the DC Direct Catwoman Super Fragile. Which is the DC Direct one? Is that the old like Jim Lee styled one? So I want to. Yeah, that'll have to do. Oh, here's something I got. I had thought about getting this, and I never pulled the trigger until I saw Galactic Geek had one. This Keanu from Cyberpunk. This is great henchman fodder, and actually, so I was talking earlier about doing some of those Kenner inspired Batman customs. I want to do a quick change Bruce Wayne one. So I need to find the correct body to do that custom with. I don't know yet what it's gonna be. But when that Keaton head, that Target exclusive unmasked Keaton 89 comes out. But anyway, yeah, I kind of just got this guy for henchman fodder. I need to get back on my kick of custom henchmen. I really want to paint some, I want to give this guy clown makeup and paint Joker graffiti all over his armor, make him a Joker henchman. I need to contact, I keep talking about, I need to contact Would You Kindly Studios, who does the, like the foam Dio pieces for the IKEA cabinets. I would really like to get like a Crime Alley one. Maybe for that one, so I can have two shelves of basically Batman rogues, and then maybe down the road we could figure out how to make an Ace Chemicals one, and I can just have a Joker crew with Joker and do that big henchman and do Bob the Goon and a whole like crew of guys. Just Joker goons and Ace Chemicals. That's what I'd like to do. All right, party people. Probably time to start winding it down. This has been a crazy week. There's been so many figs this week, guys. I can't even. And I mean, some of these are going right out the door. I had them, but for a brief moment they passed through my hands, and now they're going to new homes. And then I got some others like this guy that is not going to no home. This one's mine. Can't have it. It's too sick. You're not getting it. And some stuff, there's some stuff that's going to be given away eventually, but it's going to be down the road. Like when I do whenever they finally do that second comic Kickstarter, there will be that tier that we had in the first one where you can buy a random fig from my shelf. All right, gang. It's been a good week. I'm tired though, man. It's been a lot of work. A lot of reviews. I mean, it's fun work. It's good work. There were honestly, I mean, there were some of these that I had to power through. You know, like the Titans. These are pretty cool figures, but the characters, I just not a Titans. But never followed it, so they don't mean too much to me. And them being a little bit more cartoony style, you know, not quite the art style that blows me away. I had to make myself get through those. I mean, they're good. They're not bad figs at all. We're gonna have to start making some noise about ab crunch again though, because they aren't giving it to us. They're making improvements in a lot of other places, but you know, like the sculpted elbows and wrists, that's amazing, and having like sculpted detail on these butterfly things, amazing. But we got to get that ab crunch, yo. We got to get it. All right, gang. Have a good weekend. I probably won't have any new videos up. Probably take a break for the weekend. I got a bunch of stuff to catch up on. Yeah. Thanks, gang. Peace out.